Back when I was having my mental breakdown at the end of Megaforce Sucks, I said something that I now feel the need to clarify. Fancy suits, cool fight scenes. Yeah, they're what attracted me to Toku in the first place, but they're not what's kept me here. While I do still stand by what I was getting at there, that I am more interested in the show's characters and plot than its visuals, I do still pay attention to the visuals, and I feel it's important to discuss them. Because, like the topic of the last video, their quality has been fluctuating a lot in the last few years, and I don't think a lot of people have really noticed or even understand why. In the beginning, there wasn't really much to your average fight scene in Toku. Most of the early episodes of Kamen Rider and Go Ranger had their fights relegated to basic fistfights in fields, with the occasional wrestling move thrown in to mix things up. But like most other things in the medium, this evolved over the years as shows began bringing on professional martial artists, and they continued to incorporate new filming techniques as they were invented. And for the most part, this continues into the modern era, with great stunt work and some effective use of pyrotechnics. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of stagnation on the directorial side of things lately, with a lot of shows sticking with techniques such as shaky cam and quick cutting. Now, I'm not in the camp that finds these things to be inherently bad. They can be quite effective in scenes when the viewer is meant to understand the chaoticness of battle, how one party feels disoriented and doesn't fully comprehend what's going on, or even just to convey a feeling of visceral rage like this infamous scene from Kamen Rider Kuga. But moments like that are rare in Tokusatsu these days. A lot of the time, fights are treated as a spectacle by the script and the stunt team putting them together in order to take a break from the story and show off the toys the show exists to sell. So really, a scene should be focused on showcasing the fight and how the actors are moving during it. In fact, all you have to do is watch an interview with Jackie Chan on how he makes a fight scene in order to see that.
I never move my camera, always steady, wide angle. Let him see I jumping down, I do the flat, I do the fall, I do the running.
Chan is right on the money in saying this. When it comes to filming an action scene, the two most important things are having competent performers who can do whatever the scene calls for them to do, and then filming it in such a way that your viewers get to see everything there is to see happening in the fight. But for some reason, a lot of shows prefer to get up close with the characters, use shaky cam, and then cut when a major hit happens, as if to try and hide the fact that it's not a real fight, like in this scene from Kamen Rider Drive. By doing this, the show creates a much more choppy feeling than it needs to, causing a viewer like myself to largely disengage with the show until the scene is over because it feels like there's nothing of value to see when what they really should be doing is pulling the camera back. However, I don't think that's the be-all end-all of it. I also like it when directors try getting more creative with their camera work, like in this scene from Gokaiger's 12th episode, which was directed by Koichi Sakamoto. Sakamoto is a well-known name in many tokusatsu communities, and for good reason. He's one of the most stylish directors in the medium, known for having very Hong Kong-style martial art and stunt sensibilities in his works, getting the face actors involved in as many stunts as possible, and incorporating his more eccentric tastes into things. My personal favorite thing about him is how he often tends to use the setting as a character in and of itself in a scene. More often than not, choosing to film on location in places that are interesting to look at on their own, and using the camera and characters to explore the environment over the course of the scene, while still keeping things backed off enough that we get to see everything we need to. This technique never fails to captivate and impress me. It gives the scene a feeling similar to what you get when you go on an amusement park ride. And yet it's something I seldom see other directors in Toku try. In fact, the only other instance I can think of this being done is this moment from an episode of Zyuohger, which was directed by Takayuki Shibakashi and Hirofumi Fukuzawa. Almost 3 years later, it still stands out as one of my favorite action moments in all of Tokusatsu. And while this is the most visually resplendent way of filming a scene, it's not the only one I enjoy. Just as in any medium, building a scene around a song can be very effective, and that's why this moment from an episode of Kamen Rider Gaim, directed by Hidori Ishida, is one of my favorites in the series. The writing is, as in all of Gaim, a bit on the weak side leading into it, but the way the scene uses Ranbu escalation to showcase how frightening the idea of one of our main characters becoming an overlord is, more than makes up for it in my eyes. And since I started out this video by trash talking the visuals in Kamen Rider Drive, I'd like to compensate for that by saying that this moment from an episode directed by Takayuki Shibakashi uses Spinning Wheel in a fantastic way to show the three writers of the series finally coming together under one common goal. And Shibasaki is no stranger to moments like this, having directed the episode that contains my outright favorite scene in all of Kamen Rider Wizard, Haruto obtaining Infinity style. I'm not saying every scene in Toku has to be a hugely epic and important one like the last few I've been praising. That moment from Zyuohger was only a few seconds long, and yet it's not the only really strong moment from the series or even that episode. And just last year, there was some really great work being done in Kamen Rider X-Aid and Q-Ranger by relative newcomers Kazuya Kamikurichi and Teruyuki Sugihara. The point I'm getting at here is I want Toku directors to film fights in a way that creates strong and interesting visuals that keep me watching. Because as someone outside of the target audience who has seen 1,000 different action shows and movies filmed 100 different ways, when a series does very basic stuff that doesn't even let you feel the flow of the action, I tend to tune out, and I don't want that.
As a viewer, I do like to be sucked into a show first and foremost by its writing, but with Toku, I really want to see them step up the visuals so I can be sucked in even more by that aspect. And all I can really say in conclusion is that hopefully with the work of the directors I praised in this video, we'll continue to see Toku move in that direction, so I can be.
Want to see me make more videos where I highlight various people in the industry and their work? Why don't you go over to my Patreon Discord server and let me know? All you have to do is pledge $1, and if you have a Discord account, you'll be sent an invite. There's also plenty of other rewards you can get, like behind the scenes content and access to videos that have been deleted or removed from this channel, so head over and take a look.